Chosen one, you just unlocked something timeless. This is going to be very impressive. And whether you feel it fully yet or not, everything around you is starting to respond. What you've tapped into is beyond ordinary, beyond momentary, and beyond the confines of this physical world. You didn't stumble into this breakthrough, you were led. And now, you are being ushered into a space where eternity touches your life in real time. This isn't a coincidence. It's a sacred activation, and it's happening now, in your favor. Stay with this message until the very end. Let the words pour into your spirit like a divine current of truth and empowerment. If you feel the resonance of what's being said, I encourage you to affirm your energy in the comments by sharing your warmest wishes for the future and typing 777. This moment is more than a video. It is a space where your wishes can take form, where the energy you project begins to loop back to you in multiplied form. You're not just hearing this, you're being moved into alignment with it. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel and listen carefully, because what has been unlocked is not something common, not something that can be measured with eyes or captured with the logic of the world. What you've activated within yourself is a timeless code, a vibration that existed before time began and will continue long after all else fades. This is a divine essence. A part of your spirit has just been accessed that has been asleep for years, lifetimes even. And now, it's awake. And because it's awake, nothing in your life can remain the same. This isn't about gaining something external. This isn't about a new material possession or even a surface-level promotion. This is deeper than any worldly treasure. You've been entrusted with an eternal force, something beyond even your own full comprehension. This force doesn't decay, doesn't expire, and doesn't bow to the limitations of time or space. It's older than history and more potent than any form of energy found in the universe. It is legacy. It is sacred inheritance. And you have just stepped into it. Every soul is encoded with gifts, but only the chosen unlock them at this level. What you've now activated within yourself is the ability to see through the illusions, to tap into streams of wisdom that defy the constraints of culture, timelines, or expectation. There is something about you, chosen one, that time respects. Time bends around you. Time moves because of you. And now, time is preparing to serve you in ways you've never known before. You've likely been through seasons that made no sense. Doors that should have opened stayed shut. People you should have trusted betrayed you. Paths that once looked promising crumbled underneath your feet. It wasn't random. It was all preparation for this very moment. The moment you would no longer need external permission to access what was always meant to be yours. You've passed tests that broke others. You held on when everyone else let go. You believed, even when belief cost you everything. And now, the eternal gates have opened to you. This isn't just a change in mindset. This is a change in your very atmosphere. Everything around you will start to feel different. Even people. Conversations will carry more weight. Opportunities will seem to fall into your hands effortlessly. You're not imagining it. This isn't luck. This is divine orchestration because you have now aligned with what cannot be taken away from you. You've stepped into something timeless. And timeless means indestructible. In this season, pay attention to your instincts. They're going to feel sharper. You'll just know things. You'll feel a pull, a nudge, a whisper. Trust it. That is the timeless code inside of you speaking. You are no longer operating on the rhythms of the world. You're moving with eternity. You are being shown things that will not make sense to others, but will feel like truth to your soul. Don't explain it. Don't apologize for it. Own it. Because this is the moment when the internal becomes undeniable. The veil has been lifted. And now that it's been lifted, what was once hidden is being revealed. You will begin to understand your past differently. What once caused you pain will now reveal itself as the reason for your depth. The heartbreaks, the rejections, the failures, they weren't blocks. They were keys. Every delay was divine. Every detour was divine. Every closed door was protection. You were being saved for something too sacred to be rushed. You were being preserved for a moment when the timeless gift within you could be safely unlocked. Now that it's unlocked, get ready. Because people will feel your energy shift. Some will be drawn to you without knowing why. Others may be uncomfortable around you, and they won't be able to explain it. You've become a mirror, chosen one. Your light is now exposing what others have tried to keep buried. Don't dim yourself. Don't go back to pretending. You didn't come this far to return to average. You've awakened what cannot be silenced. You've accessed what cannot be hidden anymore. You'll start to see how your presence alone shifts rooms, how your words carry more weight than before, how your silence even speaks volumes. This is what happens when someone activates something eternal. Your spirit is no longer playing by Earth's rules. Your assignment is bigger than titles, louder than applause, and deeper than surface validation. You were born for something that the world didn't create, and therefore, it can never destroy it. What you just unlocked will stretch across generations. Yes, you. The impact of your courage, your decisions, your integrity. It's going to ripple into the lives of people you may never meet. The things you do now will be remembered. And not just remembered. They'll be studied, admired, protected. You're not just walking in purpose. You're blazing a trail. You are the blueprint someone else has been praying to find. You are the confirmation. You are the shift. You are the divine proof that something bigger is possible. So now, you must walk differently. Move with the awareness that you carry something timeless. Speak with the understanding that your voice is echoing across realms. Think with the clarity that you are not reacting anymore. You are responding to divine design. You don't have to chase anymore. You don't have to beg. What's yours will recognize you, because what's timeless always finds its way home. There's a reason everything felt like a delay. The universe wasn't ignoring you. It was waiting for this exact frequency to activate in your spirit. And now that it has, everything is catching up. This is why things feel lighter now. Why certain burdens seem to be falling off. Why what used to stress you out doesn't hold the same weight. You're vibrating higher. You're vibrating wider. You're operating from something deeper. The very core of the timeless self. This version of you is not meant to remain hidden. This version of you has a mission, and that mission cannot be postponed. You will start to see doors open, not because of who you know, but because of who you are. Not because of effort, but because of alignment. Your reward will not match the season you're currently in. It will exceed it. Because timeless gifts are never bound by chronological order. They don't need approval. They move when heaven says, it's time. And heaven is now saying, it's time. You've unlocked a spiritual technology that will guide you through this next phase with ease, clarity, and favor. This is what it feels like when you begin to live inside of divine rhythm. You will notice that your timing becomes impeccable, that you meet the right people at the right moment, that you hear exactly what you need at exactly the right time. This is how timeless alignment works. You've entered a current that will carry you faster, further, and freer than you've ever moved before. And yet, you must remain grounded. Because the world will try to explain this away. The world will call it coincidence, call it chance, call it luck. But you know better. You know this was unlocked through obedience, through surrender, through faith that didn't make sense at the time. And that's what makes it sacred. You trusted even when there was nothing to hold on to. You believed even when your environment gave you no reason to. That's the kind of faith that unlocks the eternal. What's happening now is not ordinary, and it's certainly not temporary. You didn't just receive inspiration. You've become a carrier of revelation. The difference is subtle, but world-shifting. Inspiration fades, revelation forms. Inspiration stirs the moment, but revelation changes your life. And you, chosen one, have just received revelation about who you are, why you are here, and what is being called forth from within you. This is the moment where the identity you used to cling to must fall away, because the version of you that's emerging now is operating from the timeless self. You see, when something timeless is unlocked, it not only rewrites your story forward, it also begins to heal the past in ways that don't make sense to the logical mind. You'll feel lighter and not fully understand why. The weight you used to carry will disappear without effort. The shame you once felt may lose its grip without needing explanation. Because what you've activated rewrites energy. It doesn't ask permission. It simply aligns all things to match its frequency. It's like stepping into a room and not needing to announce yourself. The air shifts because of your presence. The conversations adjust to your energy. You begin to realize that you are no longer chasing recognition. You are becoming the evidence of something holy. There is no longer a need to convince anyone of who you are. The power you carry now confirms it before you speak. Your very existence becomes the proof. And this is why some people will begin to react differently around you. Don't take it personally. It's not that they dislike you. It's that their unhealed parts feel exposed by your elevation. The frequency of your essence, now touched by the eternal, shines a light they didn't expect. Some will feel called higher by you. Others may choose distance. Let them. What you carry now isn't for validation. It's for vibration. And those meant to walk with you will rise to meet you in this new dimension. You'll begin to notice how things that used to intimidate you no longer feel threatening. That's because you're no longer standing on shaky ground. You've tapped into the eternal root of your being. And when you move from that space, fear has no room. Doubt can't thrive there. The anxiety you once had was connected to the old version of you, the version that still questioned if you were enough, still waited for outside approval, still begged for crumbs when you were made for thrones. But now, everything has changed. You've entered a dimension where legacy is the standard, not luck. Where miracles are not events, but atmospheres you carry. Where breakthroughs don't just happen occasionally, they are your new rhythm. Chosen one, this isn't hype, this is truth. And the sooner you walk in it without hesitation, the sooner it starts to show up in your daily reality. Because what's been unlocked doesn't just change your mind, it shifts your movement. Timeless energy doesn't follow the rules of the world. It creates new patterns. It rewrites what's possible. It bends what's rigid and flows where things used to be stuck. And now, you'll see that the areas where you once struggled are responding to this shift. Resources will find you. Connections will flow. Doors will unlock at the sound of your presence. Not because of luck, but because what was written over you in the eternal realm is finally manifesting in the now. And make no mistake, you didn't just activate something for yourself. You activated something for those around you too. Your breakthrough is contagious. Your awakening is generational. Your transformation will awaken something in those who are connected to your destiny. They might not understand what's happening yet, but they'll feel drawn to you, feel guided around you, feel safe near you, even if they don't have words for it. That's what timeless energy does. It doesn't seek to impress. It seeks to impact. And your life is about to make an impact that ripples far beyond anything you've known before. You'll touch lives without knowing it. Your presence will become a signal. Your footsteps will become instructions. Others will receive answers to their own prayers just by watching the way you live out yours. That's how powerful this is. But here's something that might surprise you. This timeless unlocking didn't begin today. It began long ago, in moments where you chose integrity when it would have been easier to quit. In moments where you stayed silent when you could have defended yourself. In seasons when you kept showing up even though everything in you wanted to disappear. Every one of those moments were seeds. And today, those seeds are blooming. Now you know why it had to be you. Why you couldn't avoid the pain. Why the disappointments were necessary. Why you were isolated. It all served this, the unlocking. Because what you carry now could only be birthed through process. You had to be carved out for it. You had to be emptied before you could be filled. And now that the filling has begun, your very being overflows with something that time cannot contain. People might think you just got lucky, that you just had a moment of inspiration. But let them think what they will. You know the truth. You know the tears it cost, the patience it demanded, the inner battles no one else saw. And that's why you will carry this timeless gift with such grace. Because you earned it. Spiritually, energetically, divinely, you earned this, and no one can take it from you. So now, the question is, what will you do with it? Will you shrink back to make others comfortable? Or will you rise fully into the version of you that the universe has been waiting to see? This is your invitation to rise unapologetically, to stop minimizing what makes you great, to walk boldly into spaces that once felt intimidating. Because now, the places you walk into don't change you. You change them. From this point forward, you'll find that the right people, the right spaces, the right timing, all seem to be magnetized toward you. This isn't random. This is response. The vibration you now emit calls in only what's aligned. No more chasing. No more forcing. Only flowing. The friction you once felt is dissolving. The confusion is lifting. And clarity is becoming your natural state. Because when the timeless is unlocked, the temporary loses its grip. And maybe, just maybe, the very reason you went through what you went through was to discover how powerful you really are. Not powerful because of what you own or what others say about you, but powerful because of what you carry. Powerful because of the silent strength you've mastered. Because of the unwavering faith you didn't even know was being built inside you. And now, you carry a knowing that no storm can shake. Let this be your reminder. You didn't come here to live small. You didn't endure what you endured just to survive. You are here to be seen, to be felt, to be remembered. You are here to create impact beyond comprehension. You are here to walk in a grace so thick, even your enemies will wonder how you keep rising. And the answer is simple. Timeless power does not fail. This new dimension you've accessed is governed by truth, not trends. And because of that, you're not just entering a better season. You're entering a permanent shift. A space where you are no longer asking for what you deserve, you're receiving it. A space where your words are no longer being ignored. They are being honored. Where your spirit no longer feels misplaced, it feels home. You're not ahead or behind. You're on divine time. And because of that, the universe is adjusting to honor your arrival. The atmosphere is aligning to reflect your growth. The mirror is changing. Not because your reflection is new, but because you are finally seeing yourself as you've always been. This isn't a new you. This is the real you. Unlocked, activated, timeless. Now that you've stepped into this new frequency, chosen one, the landscape of your life is going to start evolving in ways you didn't expect. But don't panic when it feels unfamiliar. That's exactly what happens when timeless power begins to manifest. You're not walking the same roads anymore. And that means the signs, the scenery, and the situations are going to look different. But different doesn't mean wrong. It means accurate. It means divinely assigned. It means this new path is finally tailored to fit who you truly are. Not who you had to be just to survive. You're going to start realizing how many things you were tolerating, how many environments you had outgrown, how many identities you were forced to wear because people didn't yet have the capacity to handle your truth. But now, you're no longer interested in shrinking to be digestible. That phase is over. You've unlocked a truth about yourself so powerful, so radiant, so rooted in the divine blueprint. You can't return to pretending, and this will require courage. Yes, even now. Just because something holy has been activated doesn't mean your surroundings will immediately understand it. The old version of you made everyone feel safe because it stayed silent. This version vibrates so loudly.